Hi guys, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Sanya. I am your senior support specialist here to take you through the client dispute manager software today. So I do hope you are all good. Of course, we're going to jump into our training for today, and we are going to be talking about marketing. All right. Awesome. So I see some persons in the chat already saying hi. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Awesome. Perfect. So we're going to jump right into it. Of course, I want to hear from you. Let me know how your day has been so far. And of course, we're getting ready for the weekend, right? So just post in the chat, or you could just go ahead and unmute and just say hi to everyone if you can. And that would be great. So I'll just go ahead and share my screen while you go ahead and do that. And we will jump right into it. All right. Hi, guys. Awesome. 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 Perfect. So let me get my box out of the way. And of course, I need my highlighter. And we are going to jump right into it, right? Awesome. So the bulk of your business, along with credit repair that you're about to do for your customers, you need to have marketing down pat, right? Even if you're just coming into the business, I still want you to make sure that you have something in place that's going to help you when it comes to marketing. How is it that I'm going to get my business out there and to let people know about my brand, right? So of course, this is important for your business. If you're new, if you have been it for a while, you need to have this part covered. Most of the time, we fail in business because we don't pay a lot of attention to this part of our business. Right? So the first thing that we want to do is to make sure that we know who our target audience is. Once we know who our target audience is, that was a tongue twister. It is important that you go ahead, find out their demographics, all of that. You also want to find out how you are about to get those leads to come over to you. If it is that you need to go out there to let them know about you, then of course you need to know what tools I'm about to use to do that, right? So we're going to talk about it. Remember that social media is one of the biggest ways to go. You need to be out there so that people can find you. One of the first things that someone wants to do, even if they know you or if they don't know you, what they'll do is they'll go to your website and they'll look you up, right? So that is important for you to make sure that you have those parts covered when it comes to the marketing part of your business. Some of you might not be as versed in marketing or sales, but what you have to think about, do I need to allocate a few funds to get someone who is good in that area to go ahead and cover that? So of course, I want you to think about those little things so that you can get your business up and running, so that people know about your business. So before we jump into that, I want to just welcome a few. I do see some new people in, and I hope you are good. No problem, D. I will send you the replay, okay? The replay for yesterday, because of how the quality is, I can't send for yesterday, but for today we should be good, right? So I will send you the replay, no problem. All right, perfect. Yes, so of course we have to think about what ways we're going to use to market to our audience. I want you to think about making sure that your website is already set up. If you need to get your emailing list on your website, this is how you're going to capture those leads that's coming to your website. You need to have that on, right? So it's just the capture system that you're going to put on place. And a good thing that you can also do is on that emailing list, in order to kind of bait those persons that's coming on, you want to offer something that they can't resist. So if you can offer some type of free product on your websites, I want you to also think about that as well. Right now, inside of your software, you do have resources that you can go ahead and look at. Let me just go to here, and I need to go to the training section, and you need to check underneath your educational link, look at your resources that you have, and then you go ahead from there for the lead generation resources, right? So let's say you need to figure out what tools I'm going to use to market. Remember, social media, word of mouth, affiliate partnership, those are some of the biggest ways to go to get leads, right? So you need to find a strategy of how you are going to let people know about your business. Now, underneath the training section, there is some videos that it's important that you go ahead and watch, right? So if we go to the Lead Generation Academy underneath the training section, I want you to check out the website videos. I want you to check out all of them, but I want you to make sure that you have your websites already set up. Some of you have your own websites. I need you to go ahead and do a review of your website. You need to probably get some fresh set of eyes to look on your website to let you know how the colors look to them, what the content looks like to them, right? And of course, you need to have some type of analytics at the back end of your website. What I mean by analytics is, am I able to see how many leads are coming to my website? What are they going to the most? What are they clicking on? Are they clicking on my subscription? Are they looking at the different platinum, not platinum, but the other social media platforms that you have on your website? Of course, you want to see all of that. Some persons, they have a landing page. That's totally fine. Most persons are going to use their landing pages. Let's say they're offering promos or they're doing something else. Of course, they'll add something like a landing page to what they currently have. So whether you have a website, whether you have a landing page, you need something up there so that if someone goes ahead to just research you, they want to see what you look like, or they want to see what the business looks like, they would be able to do so because your website is up, right? So make sure that your content is clear, your service is clear, what it is that you're offering. Are you showing any results of what you have done for your clients, right? You need to make sure that you have these things on your website so that your customers or your leads can see that you are a legitimate business, right? The first thing that they want to know, is she online? Is he online, right? So get your websites up, make sure that all of the information is clear on your website. Is there a way for them to find you if they need to schedule a session with you? Are they able to probably sign up for more information? Can they do a free consultation? Can I go ahead and look at probably a client that you did? Okay, I see some improvements that you've done. Let me go ahead and see what is actually on the website. So these are some little things that I want you to make sure that you review on your website. If you need to go in and do a little bit of revamping, that is totally fine. I just want you to make sure that you go in and check the content. Have a fresh set of eyes looking over those, all right? And another thing that I want you to make sure that you do for your websites, make sure that you have your social media platforms on your websites. Now, some of you might not like the Facebook or the Instagram or whatever other platform, but studies have shown that these platforms normally yield a lot of customers or leads. So it's important that you connect your business platforms so that if they want to find out a little bit more about you, that they would be able to do so. All right. I'm going to pause right here. Do I have any questions so far? Any questions? Any questions so far? Let me just go ahead and check the chat real quick. We are all good? All right, none so far. Awesome, awesome. All right, good. So make sure that your platforms are on your website. If it is that you don't want to be the face of your website, or you're not putting out those information on your different platforms, that's totally fine, right? Make sure that they can, if they want to call you, they would be able to do so. One of the things that we fail to do is customer service is key, right? We need to make sure that we're providing good customer service to our customers. They're able to reach us when they need to, within the hours that we have stated, right? So it's important that we have all of those information outlined on our website, or prices, right? I know sometimes we might not want to show the prices because of course we want to qualify the customers, or we want to know a little bit more about the work that we could possibly be doing for them. So of course we'll say, go ahead and do a consultation, but just put a bold price there so that they would be able to see, okay, this is the average of what it could cost. All right, and make sure your information is outlined clearly so that they can go ahead and see. All right. All right, perfect. So the next thing I'm gonna jump into is your affiliate option. Now, what does your affiliate option look like? Is it a case that I have real estate owners? Do I have loans officers, bankers, car dealers, right? I need to connect with these people because most of the time they have persons that they have to turn back because they have bad credit. So this is where you come in. You can create some kind of relationship with them so that they can go ahead and send over those leads to you. It's basically a win-win situation there, right? So you definitely want to get into that space where you can have that connection with those persons, those professionals, so that whenever they need to get some assistance with those persons that they have to basically turn back, they're not losing, because you're the one that's about to fix their credit. And once their credit is fixed, you're sending them back to them. And you can also form other relationship. Let's say you have a customer that came in to you, you're doing the credit restoration, and they say to you, oh, I would love to get a house, right? You can always refer them to your affiliates. So it's basically like I scratch your back, you scratch my back kind of relationship, right? So you want to make sure that you have your contract set up for your affiliates. You want to make sure that you have nurturing emails to those affiliates as well, whether they're your lead or they are active affiliates. You definitely want to nurture them as well, because they need to understand what the whole credit restoration looks like and what it's going to look like for their customers. All right. Okay, perfect. Let me see. I think I have a question. Yes. So Cheryl, go ahead and unmute for me. All right. Do you have another question? All right. Do you have a question, Derek? All right. I'm going to allow Cheryl to go and then you go after. Okay, Derek? All right. Go ahead, Cheryl.
Hi, I'm taking a look and I'm just seeing like car marketing, for instance, had X amount of views 3 years ago. What does that timeline define? Is still the information that's in that training module current and relative to today?
Of course, of course. These are relative information that is there, right? Even though it's been a while, these are up to date strategies that you can use, right? So definitely go in, look at all of the information. Remember that you have additional resources. These are just the video resources. Inside of the educational link section, you have more updated resources, okay? All right, perfect.
Thank you.
You are most welcome. All right, let me see, Derek, did I lose you? Derek, did you have a question? All right, I think I lost you. Okay, do I have any other questions? Any other questions? All right. Oh, wait, it is your birthday on Monday? Okay. That's totally fine. That's totally, oh, your birthday was Monday, right? Okay, shout out to you and happy birthday. Hope you had a good week. Yes, I will send you those replays. No problem. Okay, perfect. So we have someone in our chat that just celebrated their birthday. Fran, happy birthday, happy belated birthday to you, right? Okay, awesome. I'll send you those replays. No problem. All right, perfect. You're most welcome. All right, do I have any additional questions about the affiliate option? Any other questions? Marketing? All right, let me just check. Guys, if you want me to send you the replay, go ahead and post your email address so I can send that to you. So I see a lot of January people that have birthday. AJ was the 23rd. Awesome. Happy birthday to you. You know we have to give a shout out, right? To every person that's celebrating or you have celebrated in January, you know I have to tell you happy birthday, right? Okay. Okay, so you let them come in. So I see one for the 25th, the 13th. Yes. Awesome. Happy birthday all to you. Okay. Happy belated birthday. Make sure you did enjoy it because we only have one life to live. So we have to make sure that we make the most of it. All right. iPhone, I don't know who iPhone is. Go ahead and do you have a question? Go ahead and unmute and let me know what your question is.
Yeah, my question is how do we get the follow-up on nurturing emails?
To get it off?
How do we get the written emails so that we can send it to follow up with our customers that we're trying to nurture and trying to get their business?
Okay, wait. Let me make sure I understand what you're saying. So not the follow-up due letter. You're talking about emails that you're sending out to them, right? To your leads?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I want you to bear in mind that inside of your software, you have nurturing emails that goes out to your active clients. Also, inside of your educational link, you can create some custom templates. What we have done, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm listening. I'm just curious.
Okay. What we have done was to create some email templates that you can basically use, right? So if you go into the training section, go underneath the lead generation resources, and I want you to download this course. It's going to be some folders that you go in and you're just going to copy and paste. And once you do that, I want you to create your own custom templates. Right now, there's no automated emails that would go out to the leads, right? But you do have email courses that you can basically copy and paste, and you can just create your own template and you can send that out to your leads, right? So definitely look at the email that you have. This is a part of marketing. You want to make sure that you have emails set up for your customers so you can follow up with them, right? Because at the end of the day, you need to let them get to know you and get to know about your services and what you're all about. So definitely go ahead and create resources in the software. Just come in, click on the create custom email template here, and then you should be able to send out your emails to those leads, right? But the active clients, they get nurturing emails on specific dates, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. Don't forget as well, Additionally, for those emails that you can use, what I do is I go into the manage email, the manage portal content here. And inside of the client's portal, there are some education there, right? So what I do is I just take bits and pieces from here. And I also use that to create additional content as well, right? So take bits and pieces from the training and the manage portal content section, okay? All right,
Okay.
perfect. You are most welcome. All right, another question. Let me see. Okay, yes, for the replay. AJ, how do we get deletion results posted to the portals? Okay, so what you would normally do, let's say you were updating your client's files, right? Let's say we went to tracking 30, 40 days has passed. You want to go to the dispute manager screen. You want to pull in the new report to see if you have gotten any deletions. And once you have, let's say you did get the deletions, you move to the results screen, and then you're going to check the box to send an email to the client. But once you do this check box here and you send to the client, that also updates in the client's portal, right? So if you do it that way, of course, that information is going to be updated into the client's portal. So they'll get an email and you can just relay to them to go ahead and check their client's portal. And another thing that I want you to make sure that you do for those follow-ups, whatever you have gotten deletions for, I want you to log into your credit monitoring, look at any additional info that might have been added to their credit monitoring. It could be that they have new accounts, or you could just basically give them a little bit more insight on something that might have been added. You just want to go into the credit monitoring and just check that, and then you do your nurturing or your follow-up with your clients. All right, so right after you have sent the results to your customers, you did your next round, I want you to make sure that you log into the credit monitoring and that you follow up with the clients. All right, I hope that answered your question, AJ. All good? All right, perfect. Awesome. All right, so any more question? Let me make sure that I didn't miss any chat. All right, if you have questions, just go ahead and post it in the chat and let me know. All right, we are all good? Okay, perfect. So going back to the marketing aspect of it, remember that you have your 150 ways of how to promote your business, right? At the end of the day, we don't want to sit and think that persons are just going to come to your business. Of course, that can happen. Some persons, they use a referral system. Of course, that is another type of marketing that you can use. Some persons strictly use the referral option, word of mouth, basically. That is totally fine, right? But I still want you to make sure that you go ahead and look at other ways that you can market your business, because that is important, right? So look at the 150 ways of how you can market. Find out, strategize. I want you, when you implement it, that you don't just implement it and leave it. You need to see what results you have gotten from what you have implemented, right? And then from time to time, use different other strategies that's there, so you could go ahead and see additional results of you getting customers. Because at the end of the day, the whole point of you doing marketing is so that you can get leads and customers eventually to be converted, so that you can run your credit repair business. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have customers coming in, we can't do the dispute. So it's important that you get out there so people can see all that you have to offer, right? I know you're going to say, but the business seems saturated. Well, I would say maybe it is, but you must have something that would stand out, right? So of course, That is what you want to use as your marker to say, this is what I am all about. You are going to tell your story and let people gravitate towards you, right? Because at the end of the day, you'll have customers that's going to like you for you, right? Not everybody's going to like what you're offering. That's totally fine. You just want to find your people. All right. All right, perfect. Yes, definitely for the replays, I will send you that. All right. Let me see before I move. Yes, yes, definitely. All right. What I want you to also remember that on different social media platforms, you have to think about the fact that probably on Facebook, it's going to be a little bit different on Instagram or Twitter, or TikTok. You have persons who do advertise on TikTok. So it's just a matter of you finding that 1 or 2 or 5 different ways of how to market, and then you basically have those leads coming in and you convert them. Conversion for me looks like email marketing, because at the end of the day, we can get customers to come in, but they're not being converted. So you have to think about what it is that I'm doing that's getting the customers. That's great. I also need to see that conversion as well, right? So on your different social media platforms, if you can, I want you to make sure that you have consistent content going out there so that people can see, okay, maybe they know what they're talking about, right? So of course, it's important that you put out information that is going to appeal to your customers. You have a few customers that are going to be visual customers. You're going to have customers that's going to like to read. So if you could put up a blog, right? Those are things that you would have to think about. And then you would see how much persons you have gravitating towards that, because you would have probably had your analytics in the back end to check how many customers is actually looking on your content, and then you can go from there. So I want you to think broad when it comes to marketing. Of course, you have large companies, they just strictly work with the referral option or the word of mouth. That's totally fine, but I want you to look at what else is out there that you can add to what you currently have. All right, Mark, so for that, you can go to training, educational link, and then you can just download the 150 ways. Go to lead generation resources, and then you download this one. All right. And then, of course, for those of you who have specialists that's going to be calling out, you have sales specialists that's going to be calling out, you need to provide them with a good list, right? A good script that's going to help them to basically talk to those leads. What are the points that you have that can help you or help those leads that you have generated? Some of you might be getting those leads from Facebook ad, you are going to Craigslist. I want you to look at what you have that you have implemented, and then you're going to use that. If you have your callback specialist, or even if you're the one that's going to call that, that's totally fine. But I want you to make sure that you have some type of script, even if it's you that's doing the call. Sometimes we're saying we want to be natural, but of course have some pointers or some pinpoints that's gonna help you to basically talk about what the service is all about. And then also listen to your leads and what it is that they need assistance with. All right, so look at the different options that you have, and then you go ahead from there. All right, so you have tons of different ways. You cannot say there is no way for you to get leads, because you actually have more than 150 ways to market. All right. All right, perfect. Pausing here. I want to hear
How
from
do
you.
you get to that again? Show me again, because
Okay.
I can't seem to locate it.
Sure. Go to training here.
Oh, training.
Educational link.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Lead generation resources. And then 150 ways. Got it?
Thank you.
You are most welcome. All right, perfect. So I want you to get everything from here. Sales script, I want you to get the email, because of course, once you start to get those leads in, you need to be nurturing those leads. You need to be talking to them. You need to let them know, okay, thank you for signing up. And then afterwards, you're just giving them bits and pieces so you can grab them to basically let them know a little bit more about your service and what the credit restoration is going to look like, why they need this, and how it's going to affect them in the long run. All right. And then make sure that you have education where it comes down to not just the short-term aspect of it, but the long-term, how it's going to affect them, right? And their families. All right, perfect. Let me see here. All right, are dispute letters paperless, or you have to mail it out? It depends on what you want to do, Adam. If it is that you want to go paperless, you can set up with LetterStream. LetterStream is a way for you to basically, once you have selected your letters in the dispute manager, what you would do is you'll basically send over your letters to LetterStream and they do the mailing out for you. So you can have it been done that way, or if you want to go to the post office, you can, but it's up to you, right? So you would have to decide if this is the route that you want to take. All right. All right, so don't forget, for more information on LetterStream, what you want to do is you want to go to company and you want to go to notification/automation, and you want to click on the one-click print automation for LetterStream. All right, and this will give you a little bit more information on setting up, and it is really easy for you to set up. All right, and it saves you a lot of money as well on printing out paper and all of that, right? Ink going to the post office and all of that. All right, perfect, perfect. Do I have any questions so far? Are we all good when it comes to marketing? Now, I think I want to open up the floor to hear what you currently have in place when it comes to marketing. So this is going to be for the next 30-25 minutes. I want to be interacting with you because I want to hear what you currently have and how we can make it better. All right, so go ahead and post it in the chat what you currently have in place when it comes to marketing, and we will have a little discussion. You can unmute yourselves or you can post it in the chat.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
If let's say you trying to build a website, what platform do you think is the best platform to build a website on?
I would stick with GoDaddy. You have some persons who will use Wix. It all depends, because I can tell you to go to that one and you're having like a really hard time creating. It can be tedious if you're building from scratch, right? So you have to decide if you're going to do it yourself, where you're going to get your pictures, where you're going to get your content. You're going to have to think about all of that, right? What hosting you're going to use, what domain. Are you going to get an SSL? You're going to have to think about all of that, right? So look at different options, find an affordable option that you can use, and then you can build out a website if you want to. But bear in mind that we have templates if you want to, that has contents. These are templates that are sold as is. We have 23 templates that you can look at and we can basically install it for you. You would just need hosting and a domain name, all right? But you have the option of probably going to Upworks or Fiverr to get someone to build it out for you. If you're a little bit creative, you can definitely go ahead to create something for yourself, all right? All right, Susan?
So with your templates, can we go in and edit and add pictures if we need to?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Or our webmaster can do the changes for you. Let's say you're just not good with going in the back end. Our webmaster can help you with that. If you can get the pictures, let's say you have some pictures that you want to use and you want to change, Once we do the installation and then you talk to Aman, he's our webmaster, you can tell him what you want to change outside of the 5 text changes that we give you. All right. All right, perfect. All right, Susan, all good? All right, Aman.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. For Aman's info, if you go to affiliate, website lead form, he's also on the Facebook platform, but it's always easy to just go into the software, click on recommended webmaster. He is right here. All right. So go to software, website lead form, and click on the download for recommended webmaster. He is right here. Okay. All right. Let me know if you got that. All right, all good. Raven, how do you get to that screen with the website? Okay, you go to startupcreditrepairbusiness.com. You're talking about the website templates, right? All right, go to startupcreditrepairbusiness.com and you can check out the website templates that we have. All right, so get the hosting, get the domain. Some of you may want to get SSL. It's not necessary in the initial stages. I prefer if you get it so that you can protect your website from hackers. If you can, go ahead and get it, but it's just basically covering your website. All right. All right, similar to how you see this pop up right here. So this is a way to capture emails, right? So any leads that comes on, they want to learn a little bit more about credit repair, right? This is a way that markets, right? So I want you to think about these little things when it comes to your website. Make sure that you have some type of way to capture the information of any leads that you have. Go ahead and do some ebooks, right? I want you to go ahead and create some ebooks. Remember that you have so much content about credit repair, credit education. That is what a lot of persons don't know about and what you may want to put in your ebooks, right? So you could offer this as a freebie, or you could offer this by a discounted price or whatever it is, and put it on your emailing capturing system. All right, so I want you to think about all of these little things. All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, do I have any more questions? Because I want us to talk about what ways we are marketing. Yes, definitely, for the replay, I will send you that one. All right, any more questions? We're all good? Okay, okay. So I think I need to be picking on some persons. I want to hear what you currently have in place for marketing. I think I want to go with Adam. Adam, can you go ahead and unmute and tell me what you currently have in place for marketing? All right, I think I have Nicole. Go ahead, Nicole.
Actually, I don't have anything in place for marketing yet, and these are some great ideas. I wanted to know on the email marketing, do I have to have like Mailchimp or something like that?
It depends. You don't have to, because let's say you are brand new, you can use what's inside of the software. Mailchimp is when you start to get a little bit bigger, right? Of course, you want to automate your process. Of course, you want to be able to send out on a mass format on a scheduling basis, right? And you want to send out to all types of clients, whether they're your leads, whether they're your active. You have that option: Mailchimp, Aweber, Active Campaign, so many different platforms that you can use. Try to remember off the top of my head. ConvertKit. There's so many different options that you can use as an emailing option, so you can send out emails. But if you're just starting out, go ahead and use what's inside of the software so you can send out, and then you go from there. All right. But look at affordable options and options that will basically help you to do the task that you really want to do, because sometimes the Mailchimp and the other platforms, they can be difficult, and you're going to have to create all of the contents yourself. So you have to make sure that you're not spending a lot of time to learn a new platform. Yeah, so you have to think about all of that. All right.
Right. What quick question. So for the email capture, if I get that put on my website,
Yeah.
And I already have the CDM program, so there's a way inside the program for me to set up the email capture and have the leads come right to the software?
If you set up the website lead form, this is a generic one. Let's say you want to do like a free consultation, right? You want the clients to be able to set up a free consultation with you. You can add a form there. Outside of this, you might want to get a different form, because your emailing capture system is going to look a little bit different from this particular form, right?
Right, because I want something like what you had showed Mark had.
Right. Aman, he can set you up with that one, all right?
Okay.
Right. So if you want to go ahead and look into different forms, because of course you might want it to do a little bit more, right? So look at how you would want it to be set up, and he can discuss with you what you can do, and then you go from there. Don't forget as well to add your scheduler. If you have a scheduler, add a scheduler there, so that right as they go ahead and say, oh, I like your information, I want to find out a little bit more, I want to do a free consultation, you get them to book an appointment with you, okay?
Okay, so I need to have a scheduler set up like Acuity or something like that.
Yeah, go ahead and set that up, all right?
Thank you.
You are most welcome. Susan, go ahead and unmute for me. I think you had a question.
Yeah, I was asking about the email she was saying. So with the email thing, do it automatically generate people that's out in the world, or will it have to have a client list for the email?
They basically are coming to your website, right? Most of the time, we don't know who's coming to your website. So if you can have that kind of capture system, now bear in mind that you can have the form there and they don't do anything. You need to have something that's going to bait them to give you their emails, right? A lot of persons like freebies. So of course, if you can offer something for free, then go ahead and put it. If you want to say, okay, if you come, I have a promotion going on, I can slash it in half for you. This is my regular price. Set something up, but I would love it if you could do like the ebook or something like that that you can offer, or training course that you can offer on that emailing list, right? Don't go too hard in terms of providing a lot of information and they just get the information and then they're gone. I just want you to make sure that you whet their appetites. All right. All right. Perfect.
Okay.
Yes. Let me see. Adam, you are brand new. That's totally fine. I just want you to soak it up, and I want you to make sure that you implement it. All right. No problem. No problem. So I am checking. Do I have to call in someone right now to go ahead and share what they have in place? I might have to call in my expert. Let me see if she's still here. Crystal, I'm going to call on you. Go ahead and let me know what's up, what you have in place currently. All right. Yes, definitely for the replay. I will send you that. All right. Let me see if I have anyone else that would like to share. I have Mark on. Let me see. I have Nicole. I might have to be picking on some people. I see Peter. Come on, guys. We have got to share, right? All right. So I'm going to have to call on someone else. All right, Fran, you just had your birthday, girl. Come on. Go ahead and open up your mic and tell me what you currently have in place. All right, so I think everybody's shy today, right? Everybody's shy. It's Friday. You want to get out. Okay, no problem, no problem. So what I want you guys to do is to just go over the resources that you have. And I want you to make sure that you review your info, whatever you need to take out and you need to basically revamp, I want you to go ahead and do so. Look at the email system that you have set up. Some of you are going to look at different platforms that you're going to use. I want you to make sure that you go ahead and review affordable options, options that you can use on different platforms so that you can go ahead and start to market. At the end of the day, we need to get out there so that people can know what we're offering, right? If we don't get out there, they won't know. Some of you are operating in different states, so it's important that you are remembering that you have different target audience, you have different ways of how you can actually market, all right? Let me just check. The next session, yes, you're new, that's totally fine. I want you to make sure that you come in. We are normally Mondays to Fridays at 2 Eastern time, so join as much as you possibly can. If you are missing the sessions, you can always go to the help section and request the replays, all right? All right, no problem, no problem. Yes, definitely, I will send you the replays. You are most welcome. All right. T, tell me about the My Jewelry Club. You already have it. It's your own, right? Go ahead and unmute for me, T.
Okay.
Hi, T. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, I
Go
set up
ahead.
an affiliate. I'm an affiliate of that same company.
Mhm.
So when I received the email, I was surprised because I didn't know that, I would receive it. So how do I change that? Because I don't want my customers getting somebody else's link when I have my own.
Okay. So what you want to do, go to your emails, and I want you to make sure that you're checking the emails that goes out automatically. It could be the automated template. It could be one of your manual template, and it could also be your nurturing emails that's going to your active client. So it might be a case that you have yourself in as an active client and your nurturing email is the one that has that link. So check here. You have one in the manual template for the rebuild your credit product. Go ahead and add it. Click on the pencil icon, not the eye. The eye is just a review. But this link, once you are affiliated, you're taking out that link and you're pasting your link there.
Oh, okay. That's easy enough.
All right. Yeah. So go into that one and also into the nurturing email. All right. Check all of them.
All right. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. And guys, on your emailing schedulers that you have, I want you to think about other options that you can offer to your clients, especially for the active clients, and probably for some of the leads where if you have like any rebuilders product, any card option that could help them build their credit, I want you to go ahead and offer that in your emails. All right. So that is important as well. Look at all of your emails, go through it, make sure it's to your liking, put your logos and all of your company's info in the emails so that it ties in with your brand, all right? All right, don't forget to do that, to update your emails. All right, yes, definitely guys, I will send you the replays. Adam, no, you're talking about brochures. What you could do is to I don't know if you know Canva, you can create contents through Canva, right? So if you can create contents, brochures, postcards, whatever it is, you can do it in Canva if you're creative like that. Well, listen, even if you're not creative and you go in Canva, trust me, you would be able to create something nice. All right. So use Canva to help you with creating pamphlets if you want to. All right. And the Canva that can be used if you're advertising on your different social media platform. So whether you're doing it on your Facebook, on your Instagram, your YouTube, whatever it is, you can use Canva for now and use that to help you to create content. And then another thing that I want you guys to remember to do is to be consistent with what you're putting on your platform. Now, I'm not saying every single day you're going to post. You might not be able to do that, but remember that you can repurpose what you have used, right? Some of you are going to connect your different platforms together. You have the capability of posting on one and it's sent to the others. Definitely go ahead and do that so you are consistent right across the different platforms, the social media platforms that you have, right? Remember that you have email marketing that can be set up. Let's say you have friends that have a large following. Let them go ahead and advertise for you. Now, sometimes some of our friends and family, they're not supportive like that. And then if you go out there and you get someone online, they would be more quick to basically advertise for you. That's totally fine. Don't knock them. Don't knock your families and friends if they're not advertising for you. All you have to do is just to think outside of the box. It could be that you need to set up some type of brand deal or something like that where someone else can advertise for you, right? So go ahead and do that. And another thing that I want you to think about, the Facebook that you have, the Instagram that you have, don't be afraid to do lives if you can get another specialist. And that's where networking comes in place. You guys need to be networking with each other. So on a particular day, let's say you set up a live, you have a live that is tailored towards probably how to apply for a card, or probably one of your affiliates that you have, real estate agents or loans officers, just to give a little bit of information and insight. That is what I want you guys to focus on as well, especially on the social media platforms, right? So get out there, go ahead and look at the contents that you have, invest a little bit of time and make sure you put out the contents, repurpose them if you have to, and put them on the different platforms that you have. You will see a lot of results from that, right? And don't be afraid to jump into some DMs. If it is that you might have to pay for a little bit of advertising, you have the Facebook ads. Let's say you're not ready just yet to get probably someone who is big on the different platforms just yet. Remember, you have different ways of creating ads on the different platforms that you have, right? So it's just a matter of finding the right target audience, creating great content, and then advertising, right? That's all you guys need. And make sure that you have the email marketing set up right after they hit on your content. Then they'll be able to be routed to your emailing list. All right. All right, perfect. Before I let you guys go, I want to make sure that you are all good where that is concerned. Don't forget to go into your educational link. Those of you who are just starting up, I want you to make sure that you start off with the getting started videos. Then you're going to go into the disputing process. Then I want you to jump to the Lead Generation Academy. And then right after, you're going to check on the workshops and the coaching session, right? So go through all of that. Once you go through it, of course, I want you to look at all of the videos, but I want you to pay keen attention to these particular ones. Dispute process, of course, they're getting started, dispute process, business learning, lead generation, the workshop, and the coaching, right? And of course, make sure that you have your pricing modules. Remember, there's some holidays that's coming up beforehand. I want you to make sure that you create some type of goal, what your 3 months, your 6 months, your 1 year, or your 1 month, or your 1 week strategy or goal is supposed to be. And then you go from there, right? Start small, and then you can start to branch out, right? If you need to get a coach, if you need to get a mentor, remember to go to the Facebook group. There are mentors there that you can talk with. And again, I want you to remember to network with other credit repair specialists, because it could be a case that you are absolutely great with child support and you probably don't know much about repos and someone else knows about it. You can always swap information from time to time. So I definitely want you guys to network. Some of you are also business owners of other businesses. That's totally fine. I want you to incorporate your business. Some of you are doing taxes, you're notaries. Don't be afraid to incorporate your business or to get the affiliate option to connect with each other. That is important. All right. Pausing here before I let you guys go. Do I have any questions at all? Any questions? We are all
I have
good.
one.
Yes, please go ahead.
So I know you were saying that network is good, but do you guys have templates that'll help us with getting child support off their credit and repos and different stuff that's a little harder to get off? Do you guys have templates to help us with that?
Normally the masterclass would be ideal. In some of the credit repair meetings, you have some resources that we would have talked about in those sessions, right? So if you go in and look at some of the different topics, especially around credit repair, you can find some good information about that. And don't be afraid to post in the Facebook group. Let's say you come up on a particular account, you don't know what to do, go ahead and post it in the Facebook group. Just be sensitive with the client's information. You just put the outline of what the issue is, and then you'll get different feedbacks from the groups, okay? All right.
All right. What's the Facebook name for the group?
All right, so if you go here, click on the Facebook group, you have the Client Dispute Manager client group, you have the Startup Credit Repair Business Center group, you have the Dispute Letter group, and the Lead Generation group. All right, yeah, so look at all of them. The two main ones are posted here. All right. All right, awesome. Okay, guys, I am about to wrap up. I definitely want to thank you for joining us today. I do appreciate it. Before I go, let me ask if I have any more questions. Any more questions? We are all good? All right, perfect, guys. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules. Make sure that you make some time to rest over this weekend. Of course, we're going to look over contents and look at what we need to change, but I want you to just make some time to go ahead and rest, right? If you need to get some quality time in with your loved ones, go ahead and do so. And I definitely hope that you have a great weekend. And of course, join us next week so we can go ahead and take you through, okay? Thank you, Adam. You guys have a great one. You take care. Bye-bye. See you next week.